Hi gems, it's your girl Ambra here and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute since I've uploaded, but so much has happened and I wanted to just sit down, kind of do a get ready with me. I have some errands that I need to run today and just discuss how 2020 has been for me. So if you're interested, then keep watching. Alright, so first things first, let's, discuss the elephant in the room. My background looks different. If you guys have been following me on my social media platforms, you know that I was in transition to move back to the East Coast, and she is back. I am currently in transition still because I'm looking to really ground myself in a city by the fall of this year before the kids start school. We're just wrapping up the last few semesters here in Maryland, and then we're going to our final destination. I'm really, really excited. I've been traveling back and forth, looking at properties. So I'm just going to bring you guys along with me. If you haven't also heard, me and the boys started a vlog channel. It's called the Ambra Life TV. I didn't want to go too crazy. You guys trying to figure out where I am on social. But if you haven't already, definitely subscribe to that, and I'll make sure to link it in the description box below. Girl, let's just jump into it. Listen, 2019 was some shit. Excuse my language. I'm not a very vulgar channel, but it was just not a good year for me. It was like the best and worst year of my life. And what I mean by that is I got to travel. I took my solo trip. If you guys haven't already watched it, I went to Thailand by myself. I went to Phuket, Koh Samui Island, and Koh Phi Phi Island. It was magical. It was everything that I needed and more. It definitely set the groundwork for a lot of the healing that I needed to do and growth. Oh gosh. So that was really amazing. Then me and my sister went on a European excursion. We went to Paris. We went to Croatia for a music festival, which was so off the hook. Then we went to Florence, Italy, where I completely fell in love with the country. Like, if I could live anywhere in the world, I was just asking this on my social, on my Insta stories. Like, Florence, Italy blew me away. Food, people, the environment, the neighborhoods. Like, I was shook. And I like think about it all the time and feel like, wow, could this be a location that, once the boys get older and if I'm still single, like, I would go and like start over. I don't know. It was amazing. I highly recommend it if you've never been. So we did that in the summer. Took the kids to Hawaii, so that was really dope. We acquired Stella in 2019. We adopted her in August, and it has been a whirlwind ever since, honey. Now that I'm, surrounded by family and friends and just a really great support system, I'm definitely at a place that I need to throw her behind and some type of training program. I mean, she's such a sweet dog, but historically, Huskies are known to just be a difficult breed to train. They are a pack breed, so, she's been asserting her dominance, honey, and I'm the only up in this house, okay? What else is going on? My divorce was final in 2019. And I kind of want to sit with this for a little bit. I'm not going to sit up here and two-step like it was like, yes, girl, finally, I'm synced. That really isn't my ministry or my spirit. Now, am I glad that I am no longer in a situation that doesn't serve me? Am I glad that I'm no longer in a situation that can hurt me? Abso-freaking-lutely. But, I think when women get on and they kind of glorify divorce, they're really just suppressing the hurt and the pain and the disappointment. And I am at a stage in my life where I'm really honoring my feelings. Nobody wants divorce. Nobody wants it. But then no one wants to be broken by the one that they love either, right? So at some point you have to prioritize yourself and your health and your mental, your physical health. And that is exactly what I was able to do. Therapy, not only for me, but for the boys was super important. And it's a continuous process and journey for us. I don't want that to show up in other relationships. Like, this is the bit of information that people really don't talk about. And I'm just so free of it that, I'm just healthier and happier, so I can express it and know that if anything, it's going to help someone else out there who may not have gotten to this stage in the process. It's been about a year and 3 or 4 months since the separation, and the divorce was final at the end of the year. So I'm just at a better place. I just can give two flying foot nannies what anybody thinks of me, and let alone exposing bad behavior in hopes of helping those in need. I mean, some people, especially if you've been following me for a long time, you guys know my spirit. I'm very jovial. I'm a gregarious gal. I definitely am a extrovert, and a lot of you noticed a lot of shifts in my personality in that relationship, and called me out on it in some cases. So, and I'll leave that for another video, not to dwell and live in that space, but there was a lot of work that I needed to do to heal from that situation. Abuse is a very real thing, and you tend to not think that someone such as myself and have a personality could manage through it and hide it for so long. So I'm not even going to go into it, but she is thriving. She is thriving. I'm so happy to be home. Another really hard hump in 2019 is that on Christmas Eve, I lost my eldest sister. She passed away at 7:15 on Christmas Eve, and I just felt it. It was extremely difficult for our family. She was 45 years old, and it's just really hard because her boys. I'm gonna keep it together. Her boys are relatively around the same age as mine, and I just couldn't imagine leaving them on this earth. And I know that's not what she wanted, but she was just tired, you guys. Like, her fight with diabetes really took a toll on her life and her heart and her organs. And I was just blessed that I'm not saying she waited for me, but I got an opportunity to laugh with her and joke with her and watch a football game with her and just be with her. And my middle sister, Tarika, she was her power of attorney. So it's a lot of work and healing that needs to be done there, because you just have that level of responsibility you feel like you have for your nieces and nephews, and you're hoping that you're fulfilling the wish of that near and dear family member. So we're definitely at a better place, but the family has just taken a complete hit. It's been like, damn, 2019 really tried to take me out, even up to the 11th hour, like December 24th, then having to bury my sister on January 2nd. This is literally things that could take people out. And I'm just blessed to say that I'm still standing. I'm going with Profusion Cosmetics. This is the Ambra Eyes eyeshadow makeup case. I just got this in the mail, which is interesting. These PR companies, honey, I only been here 2 weeks and I'm already getting things in the mail. So I really like Profusion because they're very cost-effective, economical brand sold at Target, but just amazing payoff. Like, people are really sleeping on Profusion. I actually bought this for a cousin, like a teenage cousin. I want to say was it last Christmas, the year before, when I was in Richmond. Just kind of like an entry-level palette for her, and she loves it. So, yes. What else is going on? So we just got back to Maryland. Me and my sister T, we drove across the country, child. With Stella, I might add. So if you guys don't know, Stella is a Siberian Husky. She's a year old, and she's manic. She's just super puppy. Like, there's puppy stage, and then there's like super puppy. And she just was going through it, which I understand. Like, she's not accustomed to being in a moving truck for just about 4 days, only coming out to use the restroom and like stretch her legs, versus in real life, I'm taking her to the dog park and she's running miles and burning all this energy. Girl, she wore me and my sister all the way out. didn't even tell you what shade I'm using. I'm using the shade Dapper, which is a really beautiful, like, rusty brown. It's just, you know, you can't go wrong. This is kind of like my everyday if I'm just going to run some errands, but want to be a little cute just in case you run into somebody. And in my case, I ain't been home in almost 8 years. So we can discuss how they coming out the bushes, girl. I'm minding my business. Like, hey, you back? You back in Maryland? I am, but ain't nobody taking no 2 steps back either. Like, men are so funny. Men are so interesting. I don't know. That could also be led up for another conversation. If anyone out there is going through a similar transition where you've left your hometown for a long period of time, and then all of a sudden, you know, old college bays want to start popping up. Like, hey, how you doing? Fine. I'm doing good. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. You ain't done nothing different. You ain't moved the needle. So I'm taking that chocolate brown on the outer corner and just creating some dimension. And you guys, I apologize if you can hear my sister's dog. She's a miniature pinscher, and anybody who has small dogs, they feel like they're Hercules, essentially. So Raymond, to be exact, has a tendency to bark, I don't know, when the wind blows east. What else? What's coming up? I'm going to Morocco, you guys, in May, and I'm beside myself. I'm not gonna lie, like, God has been really, really good. As hard as situations have been, I swear he shows up right on time. Like, I have no complaints. I mean, was it really, really challenging and moments where I wanted to give up? Abso-freaking-lutely. I'm human, and I'm, like, probably one of the most sensitive people in the world. Let me stop. I'm gonna honor my sensitivity. I have a really soft heart. But definitely experienced some things that, you know, could potentially take some folks out. And I just, with power of prayer and support from my family, was able to kind of work through it. So the rewards just keep coming. My Sigma brushes sold out. I want to thank each and every one of you who supported me in that, who shared, who purchased. Listen, I know that Sigma brushes aren't cheap, but they do have a 2-year guarantee. So there's that. What else? Oh, when we drove across the country, it took us about 4 days. We drove over Super Bowl weekend. So we were able to kind of like make a little pit stop in Chicago. Listen, I am not someone who likes to travel long distance at all. Like, I hate traveling long distance. Like, I didn't even go to college, but 50 miles down the road. Because I remember when me and my mother went on like this college tour, and we had gotten to maybe like Norfolk, Virginia, because I was thinking about going to Hampton. I was like, oh no, this too far. And I ended up only going like to DC. But I was able to do in some occurrences, like, God, you guys, 8-9 hours. We went to Yellowstone, which is amazing. And it's so interesting culturally. I don't know how many Black people are like, I'm going to go to a national, what is it called? Like, forest, or I don't know, landmark rather. And me and my sister did Yellowstone, and we did Mount Rushmore. So that was super dope. I'm going with my Instant Age Rewind eraser, and for these dark circles, I can say that even though I've been here about 2 weeks, she's already been on the road. I just got back this morning from Chicago. I went to All-Star Weekend. I don't know if you guys know that my corporate background was in an athletic apparel company. So I still have a lot of contacts with folks who still work in the athletic apparel. So having access during those type of events are key, because I feel like, and this is not to be cocky or arrogant, I am not standing in lines. I am not playing the like sweating to get into this exclusive. It's just not that important to me. But because of the line of work that I do, it's important to definitely be relevant, present, and in the mix. So I was able to really kind of tag along with some old coworkers. That was really fun. catching up with them since it's been so long. Chicago was freezing. It's a beautiful city. I have no negative things to say. But God, I don't know how y'all managing that on a year to year. I mean, you're raised in that environment, so I get it. But my God. Negative numbers. I'm using my Matte Ambition Full Spectrum Foundation in the shade. It's Deep Cool 3, which I'm not cool tone, but I like mixing warm and neutral. So I'm going to go in. So that was 3 pumps of that. And then I'm going to do 1 pump of my Dose of Colors Hue to Meet, and I'm in 137. So this is more of a neutral. I like to mix them because I like to go a little darker and then lighten. And then I only use the product beneath the highlight. See, like, look, that's like a perfect match. I don't know. And then I kind of blend it all together. What else? So that was really dope. Got to go to a lot of celebrity events and kind of be in the mix. But let me tell you something. If you guys don't know it, I'm 37 years old, which is not 87 for those who may be coming for me. But her body feels like 37, okay? So staying out every night until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Don't even ask me how I'm filming this right now. Today's President's Day, and my kids' grandmother came and picked them up to go to the African American Museum in DC, which I could have went with them. But the way that my sleep is set up. And plus, I wanted them to have that time with their grandmother. It's their father's mom. So she really wanted to have some one-on-one time with them. And I said, girl, come get these kids. Get them out the house. So that's what they're doing today. So I was like, oh, I should get on and chat with my people. Let you know what's going on in this crazy world of mine. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't sleep. I mean, I knew I had to get up at 7 to get the boys ready. And I did go back to sleep for like an hour. But it's still a work day for my sister. I live in her ensuite. So she has about 1,000 square feet of unused space. And me and the kids just took over, which I'm actually really excited about. It's so funny, especially with neither one of us being married. We were always used to joke when we were little, like, let's just buy a duplex and raise the kids. When you live in a village type space like that, I mean, the support that she's getting. So my niece isn't home alone. The boys, Pierce specifically has someone to play with because my niece is 10. He's 9. It's just amazing. Like, I always loved being around my cousins, and we didn't have that for almost 8 years. So I'm really milking that. Like, look how... Girl, I thought since I ain't filmed in a while, I ain't know how to do my makeup no more. But she got it together. And people ask me about this all the time. This is the BH Cosmetics 117. I really like it. For blending out my concealer. And as you saw, it was sitting on my face for quite some time. So it becomes a little bit more, opaque. That's a nice little Jackie Aina tidbit. She likes to leave her concealer underneath her eyes a little bit longer. And, I ain't mad at this. It works. And I've been implementing it in my routine. So we've moved to Maryland. I don't want to tell you where we're moving to finally yet, just because I don't want to jinx it. And I'm really excited about it. And we'll be there so that I can gain residency, because Reese will be going to college, you guys, in 2 years. I know, it's insane. Like, he'll be 16 in May. Like, I'll have a 16-year-old. Do I look like I have any business having a 16-year-old? Girl. Like, that's the downside. I mean, that's the pro. There's pros and cons to having children early. Like, I'm never going to tell someone their sophomore year in college, yeah, girl, go ahead and knock them kids out. No. Like, are you smoking crack? But that was my story. But on the flip side, at 37, I have a 16-year-old and a 9-year-old. Some self-sufficiency here. I ain't chasing around them little people. Even though I love my godchildren, I still see my poor friend like, girl, she tired. She tired. It's worth it, but she tired. Having a kid in your 30s is just so different. Definitely don't knock anyone who has it or doing that, because that would have been my tale had I not been so busy. What else? I'm really excited about all the events. Just living on the East Coast is so different, as you can imagine. You know, just access to a lot of different events and, you know, more cultural things. Girl, I'm in the mix. Like, I feel like I already have things on the agenda, okay? Going to New York is super simple. I've already done that twice. I've only been here 2 weeks. I was in Chicago this weekend. Who am I? Who am I? I just used my Too Faced Ethereal Setting Powder. This is in the shade Translucent Medium. I always use that underneath wherever I put concealer. And then I'm going to set my whole face with my Studio Fix NW48. Like so. Yeah, and then the kids leave in June for camp. I'm still sending them back to Washington for that. It's just such a dope program. And girl, Pierce is old enough to go the whole time. Honey, girl, both the boys gonna be gone. Just gone. So my intention is I'll definitely be in New York more. I'm not going to do any international travel this summer. My niece, who is 23, she's having her first baby, and I'm going to be a great aunt. Out of pocket. I'm going to be a great aunt. I'm going to be an aunt to someone second generation. Wild. All right, now I'm going to use my Hoola Toasted bronzer, and I'm using my Sigma... this one. The number's peeled off. Oh no, F40. So I'm not gonna go too far. I think it's definitely just gonna be like a New York summer, DC summer, family functions, you know, all the things I've kind of missed over the years. I'm really excited to stay put. My girl Kenzie's getting married in the fall, so we're doing like her bachelorette weekend in Miami. So it should be really fun. It should be just a really fun year. Like, I feel like I just need it. Since 2019 was just so trifling. Girl, 2019 was ghetto. It's ghetto here. You know, all the crying and the worrying and the stress. Like, no more. God is good, honey. And, you know, karma will cash in. Still pursuing my dreams with this full time. Things are picking up, which I'm really excited about. Definitely have some projects in the mix that I can't wait to share with you. I am using, this is CoverGirl. Yeah, this is the CoverGirl Ultrafine Brow Pencil in the shade Rich Brown. I'm about to say brown. Rich Brown. So yeah, some really dope projects. I'm excited to be back on the East Coast with, you know, bloggers out here that look like me and are just, I don't know, not fake. I hate to say that, but I don't know, living in Washington, I always kind of felt like the influencers were kind of fraudulent in the sense of face value. They see you like, hey, but then I don't know, not put you on, because that's not it. Everything that I've ever done, it was from the work that I put into myself. But how do I say it? Okay, I'll give you an example. Met this blogger. We went to lunch, you know, shared our journeys and how we got to where we were. Girl, went to another event. I think it was with Saks. When I tell you, she looked me dead in my face and act like she knew who I was. You can't forget somebody who you sat across from and broke bread with. So funny business. That's what Kenzie would say. A lot of funny business. So what I'm noticing in the DC area, maybe not the largest market, just a little bit more genuine behavior. Like just more genuine. Girl, let me tell you about Y'all better get this inexpensive brow pencil. You better go ahead, CoverGirl. You better go ahead. For blush, you guys, I'm going to use my NARS Fire Clay face thing here. So you kind of get a bronzer, which is the complete joke. And then you get this like peachy tone in the middle and then a highlight. I like mixing them because then you kind of get you get really nice, see that? Like that radiance, but also a little flush of color. They knew what they was doing. Yeah, I really like this. See, this is super easy. I just be getting it done. Getting her done. So yeah, no international travel is happening after Morocco during the summer. I'm going to keep it low key. I'm going to keep it, you know, in the neighborhood. Stay in the DC, Maryland area. Get to New York when I need to. Girl, I'm going to so many festivals like Broccoli City festivals, the Governor's Ball, what's the picnic in Philly? I don't know. My best friend she's like, don't play with me. Get your ticket. My highlighter, I'm using my Betty Louminzer. Yeah, so we're doing that at the end of May. Damn, I can't remember what that festival is called, but she gonna be lit. So during the day, I don't really put anything underneath my eyes, so that's why you're not seeing me do that. I do, however, need something. I don't know what. What was I about to say? I need something to, like, as a pet peeve, right? Ugh, lashes. I need to comb my lashes. I'll just use this. Because you know I get extensions. Girl, let me tell you. Been here 2 weeks. Already found me a lash girl. I plays no games, okay? You ain't gonna have me out here looking crazy. She's a new tech, but such a quick learner. She was able to give me exactly what I wanted based on kind of like having extensions for so long. You have to know like what your shape is. And I'm very much a cat eye type of broad, which can be a little daunting for people. But she got it, honey. She got it, girl. She got it. Found me a new nail girl. I plays no games. When I touch down, she was not playing with you. Okay? She wasn't. What are we going to do for lip today? Oh, you know what? A couple things. Wait, let me set my brows. I'm using my Benefit 24-hour brow. And I'm just using sorry, you guys. I'm using the mirror on the camera. You know, you gotta be nifty. I don't have my normal setup, but that don't mean I can't create some good old content. Let y'all know what's good. For my lip, I'm using my MAC Chestnut. I'm going to use the Truffle Set by Dose of Colors. You guys commented on this one. What do I want to use? I want to use the liquid matte. So they have the gloss, the velvet mousse, and the liquid matte, and they came out in truffle and stone, which is apparently like their highest it's their highest selling lip shade. So they came out with this really beautiful packaging. It does come with a liner, but you know what I'll do? Since I really can't use the liner as, you know, I'm dark skinned, I'm going to use it on the lid to kind of like, yeah, on the lid. God forgive me. I'm going to put it on the lip to create like a base for the matte. That's what I'll do. Look how innovative I am. Because I'm like, girl, who using this as a lip liner? I feel like this can only go, I don't know, a girl who's maybe 3 shades lighter than me. This is too light. Oh, I broke the tip. Too light for brown girls. Okay, so then I'm going to go in with the liquid matte, which Dose of Colors has one of my favorite formulas. Yeah. Ooh, she bright. Don't fret. You're like, Ambra, what? Trust the process. It's a lot of blending and shaking, and I did put on too much, but that's okay. That's when chestnut comes in play and grounds the whole look. Because, you know, you can get a little intimidated. But yeah, I feel like that's all that's kind of been happening. I'm excited for 2020. I feel like God put me through what I went through in 2019 because there's a lesson to be learned. There was something that I had to absolutely go through in order to recognize my strength and my resilience, to be a better woman for not only myself, but anybody that I come in contact with. I'm using the gloss on top. Dating for me has been on pause. I'm not going to lie. It's not all men, but men are very triggering for me at the moment. So I don't want to project my unresolved issues on a man. Just doesn't deserve that. And I also feel like one sin, another man shouldn't have to carry the burden of it. So I'm being responsible. Now, don't get me wrong. She out here, you know, people in my face and whatnot. But I'm just being super straightforward and honest from the break. Like, I don't have anything to give at the moment. I'm setting my face with the Urban Decay All-Nighter. And it's so interesting. Now that I'm single, everybody want to get married. Men been trying to wife me up, y'all. And I say, child. Not today, Satan. Not today. All right, so there we have it. That is my everyday, really quick, throw a light beat on tutorial. I hope you guys got some answers. If you're out there looking for me, I'm very excited to continue to create content and to share more and to just be an open book. Like, I absolutely have nothing to hide. And I just know that me creating this space is going to help someone out there that may be in a very similar situation. And we'll go into that later. If you guys have any questions about any of the products, I'll make sure to list it in the description box below. I'm super excited to just be in the best space in my life. Sometimes you have to take a step back in order to take a huge leap forward. So I hope that this has been encouraging to you, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe.